Hi guys, and welcome to another Fruits of Love broadcast. You're here with your girl D, Fruits of Love, and today's video is going to be about questions and answers. So I've sent out my texts and this is the response that I got. There was many people that wanted to know, had personal questions, and I said I would answer them, so I'm going to answer them. And there were people that wanted to know things about me. So I'll start with the things about myself and then we can move on. Have I always been creative? I think I have always been creative. I could always remember myself always wanting to be able to draw, which I haven't been good at. I still can't draw for dust. But I've always put things together, just like even like back in the days, I remember they used to have this fashion called Trend. Some of you might know it. There were these like jackets. I used to max them out. The jackets and the trousers, and they had the tight trousers with the jackets and stuff, and I thought they were so cool. But I thought mine was like super cool because I put studs on them, and no one had the Trends jacket with the studs on it because I invented it. So yeah, I would consider myself always to be a very quite creative type of person. I've always loved creative hairstyles. That's always been my thing. Yeah, so I used to wear like colours in my hair, like red, white. I don't think I've worn the yellow hair, but I've worn like blue, pink and white and all those sorts of stuff. So yeah, to answer your question, I have always been quite a creative person. So we was invited on a day trip, and someone paid for the tickets and everything. So it was one of those situations where you couldn't say no. But I didn't really have anything to wear, and it was just like, oh, what do I put on? But one of my wedding gifts was a sewing machine. So what I did is I had these trousers. I think they were a gift and they were just like super big. So what I did is I cut them up. Just creativity came to mind and just ended up making a skirt out of it. Everybody just on the trip was just like, I love this skirt, where'd you get it? And I was just like, I made it. And it was like things, I started designing like Fruits of Love wear, like that, things like that, situations where I'm not having finances and just having, it's amazing how not having finances, poverty so to speak, can bring out the gift of God in you. It's amazing. Yeah, once again, the business started out of poverty, not having it, and having to find ways of pulling in finances, like at the spur of the moment, right there, right now, when bills need to be paid and things like that. I began to pray about the situation, not having finances and stuff like that, and then I began to find that people began to pull on my creativity as opposed to me presenting it. People came with small projects. Can you do this? Can you do that? I remember a friend of mine, she came with these like material and she was just like, can you make bags? And I had to make all these little tiny bags. They were like this size with drawstrings, and it was just like really fandangly, quite irritating to make, but it was a request and she was willing to pay. So I would say that Fruits of Love was birthed out of discovering the gift of God inside of me due to the fact of not having money and having to find a means of for income, you know, as my husband was transitioning from jobs and I was having kids and stuff like that and not in a position where I could go out and work. So, and then it became a place of topping up the finances, obviously. As he went out to work, I would business to top up the finances, and then I guess I became interested in other things like earring making and jewelry making and just designing, just things like that, and just breaking things up, putting them together. And then I found that people were very interested in what it was I was doing. Then I started to take things to another level in like making creams and stuff like that. And that's how Fruits of Love was basically birthed, in a place of poverty and having a need to supply finances and stuff like that, and topping up our income that my husband was bringing in. So yeah, that's how Fruits of Love, and that's how the business started. A lot of my pieces are inspired by the material, Ankara African material. I am in love with this material. It's just bright and vibrant. A lot of my fashion is taken from traditional African, how do you say, essence, the essence, the colors, the shapes, the bigness of the earrings, the boldness, its frames and stuff like that. That's where I get my inspiration off of. I found during my journey as in Fruits of Love, I discovered a dependency on colors. It's like my brain needs it. So I love colors. I've always loved colors and brightness, but never been bold enough in my own self to wear colors. And always, you know, when you try to fit into society, I mean, if you live in England, they're not really a bold colored society, but country. But what it is just of lately being more secure in myself and being secure in wearing what I am comfortable wearing, being bold and being bright and not trying to fit into everybody else's boxes. My love and inspiration is the African culture. It's fab. It's enjoyable to watch. It's inspiring, and that's where I'm inspired from. Well, in 5 years' time, I would like to see Fruits of Love in national. A brand that is known not just in my area, but also known abroad. Where else? Definitely on you guys, on your skin, on your eyes, on your ears, on your hands, on your backs. In 5 years' time, my desire is to see Fruits of Love makeup brand in every woman's purse, makeup bag. You know, I walk somewhere and they pop out the lipstick. Have you tried this new Fruits of Love brand, without them even knowing that I'm the creator, or things like that. You know what? Funnily enough, things like that has actually happened to me in small portions. Someone's like, I've seen you before. I know you, man. And I'm like, I've never seen you before. I'm so sorry. They're like, yeah, you're the woman with the scarf. I've seen you on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right, fine. They're like, can you give us a demonstration? So I gave them a quick demonstration of how to do it. It was at this, I think it was a small market thing that we was doing, and it was really like, whoa, you know, it gave light to the potential of what Fruits of Love can be and will be by God's grace. So yeah, in 5 years' time, definitely a brand that is talked about, definitely a brand that is bought, definitely a brand that is recognized, definitely a brand that's in every woman's purse, an item in every home or something like that, you know. And yeah, that's that's it. So to conclude this answering video, thank you for all that has sent in your questions, and I hope that answered it to your satisfaction. And just stay tuned to Fruits of Love. Just keep your fingers on the pulse of Fruits of Love so you always know what's coming up. I would like to say goodbye and mighty God bless. For all your handmade pieces, visit www.fruitsofloveboutiques.com. God bless.